At the bustling intersection in Paisley, Scotland, a circle of cobblestones encloses a steel horseshoe and a plain bronze plaque. This humble memorial commemorates the final resting place of 7 individuals executed for witchcraft. The tale begins with an act as innocent as a stolen sip of milk. On August 17th of 1696, Christian Shaw, an 11-year-old and the daughter of a local landowner, John Shaw of Bargarran, witnessed Catherine Campbell, a servant, steal some milk. When Christian reported this to her mother, Campbell cursed her, wishing the devil would take her. A few days later, Christian crossed paths with Agnes Naismith, an elderly woman reputed to be a witch. The next day, Christian fell extremely sick with symptoms akin to those reported in the Salem witch trials of 1693 in America. After 8 weeks, Christian's parents sought help from a renowned Glasgow physician, Matthew Brisbane, who could not identify a cause for her condition. For a few days after the consultation, Christian seemed to improve, but then the symptoms returned with even more intensity. She was often found rigid, unconscious, and motionless. Christian was taken back to Dr. Brisbane, and on their return to Glasgow, she started removing balls of hair from her mouth, claiming these were placed there by those tormenting her. She soon began to extract other objects, including straw, coal, gravel, chicken feathers, and cinders. During her fits, she was heard conversing with the unseen Catherine Campbell, longing for their previous friendship. Unable to offer a logical explanation for Christian's state, her family and their local parish minister inferred that she was possessed and being tormented by witches. Mirroring common beliefs in England and Scotland and the Salem witch trials. The church initiated a weekly fast and a prayer meeting at Bargarran House. Christian's father appealed to authorities to arrest those that his daughter named as her tormentors. Initially, Christian only accused Catherine Campbell and Agnes Naismith. However, over time, she implicated more people, resulting in a total of 35 individuals being accused. 10 of them were men, 20 women, and the gender and identities of the remaining 5 remain unknown. The Scottish Privy Council, at the request of the Presbytery of Paisley, established a commission to probe the case, chaired by Lord Blantyre. The commission started its proceedings on February 5, 1697, with the aim to determine if there was substantial evidence against the accused. 7 individuals were called to appear before a second commission in Paisley. Margaret Lang, John Lindsay, James Lindsay, John Reid, Catherine Campbell, Margaret Fulton, and Agnes Naismith. They were charged with murder and tormenting several people, including Christian Shaw. Their advocate, James Robertson, argued that the prosecution needed to eliminate the possibility of natural causes, explaining the events before securing a conviction. Matthew Brisbane testified that he couldn't find any natural cause for Christian's condition. James Hutchinson, the minister of Culloden, preached to the court, emphasizing the presence of witches' marks on the bodies of the accused and casting doubt on the natural explanations provided by some physicians. Pressured by the prosecutor's threat of being accomplices in future crimes committed by the defendants if they were acquitted, the jury declared all 7 accused guilty. One of the convicts, James Reid, unalived himself in his cell. The remaining 6 were hanged and then burned at Paisley's Gallow Green on June 10th, 1697, marking this the last mass execution for witchcraft in Western Europe. The Lindsay brothers from Formican Mill held hands as they were executed together. Catherine Campbell cursed her accusers before her death, while Margaret Fulton, seemingly having lost her sanity, spoke of enchanting journeys to Elfland and the realm of fairies. Margaret Lang confessed to consorting with the devil, but claimed to have repented, while Agnes Naismith placed a curse on all present and their descendants, which was blamed for subsequent local tragedies. Some accounts suggest that some of the convicts were still alive when their bodies were burned. Christians' fits and symptoms may have been a result of conversion disorder, a condition where psychological stress is expressed physically. Historian Michael Wasser notes that witch trials often occurred during periods of crisis. The late 1690s in Scotland was marked by disappointment in the aftermath of the Glorious Revolution of 1688, the moral dilemma following the Glencoe Massacre of 1692. A series of failed harvests leading to famine and the looming threat of French invasion. In 1839, a small hole was found in the wall of Christian's room at Bargarran House, suggesting that an accomplice might have passed her the objects that she claimed to have removed from her mouth. Christian married Reverend John Miller in 1719, and after his death 2 years later, she became a successful businesswoman, producing high-quality thread that kick-started an industry Paisley would come to dominate. In May 2008, a memorial was erected at the site where the so-called witches were buried. The inscription on the bronze plaque, embedded with a stainless steel horseshoe, reads, "Pain inflicted, suffering endured, injustice done." Alright guys, thank you for watching this episode, The Paisley Witches. What do you guys think? Put it in the comments, guys. Like, share, subscribe if you like it. And tell me what you think in the comments. Love you all. See you next time on Tales Told in the Dark.